And welcome back to another episode here on your digital makeover. My name is Jerry Lee Colbert. Today we're going to be talking about future planning in YNAB. So as you see here, I have opened up YNAB on the desktop here. And today I want to talk to you all about how you can set up YNAB to plan for future items that once you get those funded and paid for, you can then move or delete it and still be on plan. Well, let me explain. So a while back, I think it was last year, I started fooling around with a wish list, or a wish farm as I was calling it. Things I wanted to get and that I would fund throughout the year that really did belong in another category, but I wanted to be specific on those items that I wanted to purchase. And I wanted to focus directly on those. And so that's what I did. And then when that time came to purchase it and everything, I would buy it and then I would hide it, or hide that category so I didn't see it no more. However, I came to the realization that it was going to cause some problems later on down the road, because my hide list for my categories was getting quite astronomical, and I was going back in there and pulling stuff back out. Like, I was also doing the same thing with my subscriptions. Maybe one time I'd have Disney Plus and the next time I wouldn't, so I would be canceling or actually hiding it and then re-enabling it, and that list was getting gigantic. And I said, well, why am I doing this? I'm just causing all kinds of friction that is not necessary. So what did I decide to do? Well, this year when I decided that I was going to create a new clean budget, I was going to try my best never to have to hide another category again. So I would never be tempted to go looking for it again. So therefore I would never ever really have that kind of friction anymore. So I, in my new budget, I have an area that's just like my wish farm, but it's called for future planning. So it's for big ticket items, big things that I want to buy later on during the year, that eventually I will move to the correct category that, encompasses pretty much a lot of things, right? So as you see here, I have some things here listed. Now, if you notice, I am funding some of them and some of them not. Now, just so you know, I did have some debt last year due to my broken leg and stuff like that I finally was able to get paid off in December. So I'm starting back over with very little funds, to say the least. So I'm having to build my emergency fund back up. But these are some of the items that I plan on buying this year at certain points during the year. But what I decided to do in January was I was only going to fund about half of the year, or maybe even a little bit less than half of the year, right now, until I get my emergency fund built up, and then I'll buy some of the other stuff as that time progresses. So I would put those in here, right? And now my intent, and I've already tried it once already with another thing that I had in my future planning that I've already bought, and that is, once I have funded that category fully and it is now time to purchase the item, and let's say it was for pet carrier in February, right? And I was to purchase that item, what I can do is, once it's purchased, I can, and I've already entered it in YNAB, I can delete that category and it'll ask me, where do I want to move that category funds that I had funded that with? Where do I want to move that to for that transaction that it belongs to? Where do I want to move it to? For pet carriers, it might be household supplies, or, well, it probably won't be household supplies. It'll probably be something else. But anywho, my point is that these items can be moved to whatever category that they truly belong to. So you're not kind of thinking you have more money to spend. Let's say it was household supplies I decided to put it in. If I just put all that money in household supplies, I'm constantly having to think, well, what the heck? Why do I get so much money in household supplies? That's not what I was going to do. I was only going to have $50 or $100 in household supplies a month. Well, I got $300 in there. And I might forget, right? Well, this way, I think I'm more apt to be more focused on my purchases. And then after the fact, I can just move it over there. And then if I ever at the end of the year go back through my categories and wonder why certain months were above others, I can look because I leave a memo in my transactions of what those items were. And then I can see why it was over. But I think this will be a lot better because then I can delete those categories and not have those in there anymore and it move that transaction over. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. So let's go over to my demo account real quick. And I'm going to go down here, say in the demo account, I never did create a future planning. So let's do that right now. We'll create a future planning group. If I can spell. Right? We'll move that on down here to where it belongs. And I'm going to create, let's say we'll create something, what do I want to create? Y'all got any ideas? Let me think. Oh, yes. Automated cat litter machine. Yes, that sounds about right. All right, so let's say I wanted to buy an automated cat litter machine. And the target was $300, not $3,000. Good grief, that'd be wrong, wouldn't it? And let's go over here and we're going to set a date. And you notice I'm choosing custom because with future planning, this is not going to be a repeatable thing. So it's best to use custom. And I use set aside for that 300. And then I pick my date, make sure the repeat's off. I pick a date and let's say I wanted to do it for March 18th. Okay. So what it's going to do now is it's going to set aside or ask me to set aside $100 a month till I get to that point. Okay. So now let's say it's March now. Let's just pretend, if we shall, since I can't go into the future. My DeLorean's not really working. Maybe some of you Back to the Future people understand that. But let's go ahead and pretend that it's already that time of the year and it's time for me to get my item, right? So we'll put it to this January in it. So let's say it's time to go ahead and assign that. So we'll assign that. We'll put some fake money in here so you see what I'm talking about. It's ready to assign $300. So y'all see what I'm doing, right? I'm just putting some fake money here just so you can see what's happening. So let's say I funded it now. It's already March, right? And I want to go ahead and purchase that item. Well, what I can do is I can go in here and let's say it was at Amazon because all these weird things seem to be at Amazon. And we'll just go ahead and put it towards that category, right? And let's say we put it $300 as if there's no tax. All right, so there you go. Now, if you look here, you see it's spent. But what happens now is what I would do is I would go in here after it's said and done and it's all purchased and I put it in there, right? I'll go ahead and I will delete that. And it says select category that you wanted to go to. Well, I won't pick a category. And of course, I never did set up this demo account to have all my categories, but you should probably get some of the ideas. So let's say I want to put it in household goods. I just hit household goods like that and hit delete. And now, if you go back here, you'll see that that Amazon purchase now is in household goods. And typically, like I say, I usually put a memo in here. And let's see, we want to call it cat machine or his bathroom requirements. Whatever you want to put, right? And there you go. And then if I go back over here and go to daily living, you see that my household goods was $400, and then I added $300, then I took $300 away, so now it is back at $400. See? It doesn't screw up things too much. Now, I could have done it another way, right? What I could have done, let's see here. Let's go back. Yeah, so anyways, I can't really undo what I just did, or can I? I wonder. Oh, yeah, I guess I can. All right. So let's say there's another way I could have done this, but it's just a little bit more, I don't know if it's complicated, just a little bit more work, I guess you could say. But I could have just, I don't even know if it's more work. You could have done this too. I could have just took this amount right here and thrown it into, after I got done purchasing it. But see, my habit always is to go ahead and enter the item as I purchase it. And it hasn't even got here yet, right? So that's the reason why I like it better like I'm doing. But you can, if you want, just go ahead and go in here and move that $300 to household goods like that. And then, you know, you can go back to here and then go to purchase it and put it in there. Right? Put it in there as household like that. And then go back here. Actually, it is more work to do it like this. And there's just no reason to do all that, right? So typically, like I say, when I purchase something, I purchase it, and then especially from Amazon, and then it takes a little bit to get here. So I would have already put it in there under the correct category of that future planning, right? So let me show you that again, how I typically would have done that. All right, so typically, like I say, what I do is I go in here, put in the Amazon purchase after I purchase it. Now remember, it hasn't gotten here yet. I've purchased it online, right? So I want to put it towards this because that's what it's going for, because that's where I've saved it at, right? And now the item has arrived, and I like the item. I'm not going to return it. It's another thing. I typically wait, make sure it's okay. I'm not going to return it. And then I go in here, I delete that. Sometimes it's a week, maybe it's at the end of the month. You can just set yourself up a reminder, right? And then I choose the correct category it goes to and hit delete. And voila, everything's done just like that. So I just want to show you how I typically handle future planning. It's very helpful to plan your items out, the big ticket items or even small things that you want to buy that sets outside of your normal categories, but also fit in those categories, if that makes any sense. So I hope this was informative for you all. And if it was, don't forget to leave me a like and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos in the near future. And with that being said, I want to wish you all a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.